Okay guys, welcome to the second part of the Python whiteboard tutorials. So as in the last video, we talked about how to create a variable. And different uh, aspect of how to creating variable in different ways. So in this tutorial, we're gonna talk about how to output the variable you just created. So the main function we use to output a variable is a print function. So first you type print and a bracket. Inside bracket, you need put the variable's name inside the bracket. For example, in here, my variable is x, so I have to put x inside this bracket. And after that, you save it and press F5 to process it. And you can see here it outputs jack, while the value we stored in these variables. And of course, you can also do numbers or like this way. As you can see, it's also outputs 9. Another way you can do is, let me show you. So you can actually combine a variable and the text inside the print function. For example, if you want to print Jack, where are you? You can just type Jack and use a plus sign to add this variable Jack to the information you want to type in there. So in my case is where are you? So where are you? So after that, you can see the results. It will put Jack, where are you? So it plus the Jack, so the information, the value we stored in the variable, to the string we point behind the variable. They plus them together and they output them together. The one thing you need to notice is it can only pass the same data types. Like you can pass a string variable to a string of letters or words, but you can't print it with a number because number is a int type, not a string type. There is also another way of doing this. Is first you need to store two strings into two separate variables. So in this case, I stored Jack into variable x and where are you into variable y. And then afterwards, I can print x plus y to print out the sentence. And you can see here, it prints out the same output I just did. You can also use this method between the two int values and use the print function as a calculator. So in here you can see the variable x is now equal to 99. It's a number. And variable y is equal to 9. So when I use the print function to plus them together, we should see a calculation here. So, and here the answer will be 108. It means the calculation is done in here. But what's the difference between a string value and a int value, so a number value, is if they have a quotation mark or not. And if the one value it does has a quotation mark, it will become a string. So as you can see here, this 9 now become a string. And now you can't plus them together. Why? Because a number can only do calculation with another number, but it can't calculate with a word. So you see, the Python will give you error in this case. But however, there is also another way you can convert a string value into an int value, so a number value. So what you need to do is only put a int and brackets inside the print functions. And you want the variables, which is a string variable, you need to put the names of the variable inside these brackets. And then the results now will be a calculation, so it's 108. So what the int and the function does is it covers the string variable. So the y equals string 9, so it's a kind of a letter or words be detected by the computer. So it covers the string variable into a numbers, because number and number can do calculations. So in this case, everything is alright and there's no error happens. What if you want to combine a string to a number? In this case, you still have to cover the number into a string, because string is means a letter or strings of letter. It can't combine with any numbers. So you need to cover this number into a string. So only string can combine with a string to form a sentence. So as you see here, the x is a number. So in this case, I need to cover the x into a string so it can print out the sentence. So Jack is 9 years old. Oh wait, you see here it normally should be some space, but you didn't see any space here, so it's hard to read. So why? Is because Python it does not automatically add any space to a sentence or after words. So you need to add space in the code after the words or before the words to make this happen. So as you see here, this time it prints out a sentence with space available.